State police have just announced the arrest of this man, 28-year-old James Andrew Mcgann of Springdale. He is charged in the killings of Clinton and Kristen Brink, who were stabbed to death in front of their 9- and 7-year-old daughters Saturday as the family hiked through the park. Mcgann was arrested by state police just before 5 o'clock this afternoon at a hair salon in Springdale. Governor Sanders joined State Police Colonel Mike Hager to announce the arrest during a news conference in Lowell that you saw here on Channel 7. Take a listen.
You commit a violent, senseless act here in our state, our law enforcement will hunt you down and bring you to justice, because that's what the people of Arkansas frankly deserve. That's what they've asked for, and that's what this team has been able to deliver this week.
The collaboration between state police and other local law enforcement agencies, our federal partners, has been second to none. I also want to thank our media partners for helping us distribute important information during these past few days. Because of their hard work and investigative skill, we were able to take a monster off the streets and bring relief to Clinton and Kristen's precious girls. And to the rest of the citizens of Arkansas.
Well, an emotional moment for Colonel Mike Hager of Arkansas State Police as they announce that arrest tonight. Channel 7's Daniela DeHogany joins us now. You were working Saturday when this crime happened. You've been up to Devil's Den State Park. Walk us back through what's happened the last couple of days.
Sure, Chris. Well, it all started as a simple family hike at Devil's Den State Park, but by the end of that trail, Clinton and Kristen Brink were dead, their 2 daughters left behind. Here's a look at how the investigation unfolded from the moment the tragedy happened to the arrest just made today. Saturday, July the 27th, Clinton and Kristen Brink of Prairie Grove were hiking with their 2 young daughters when they were brutally attacked and killed. The children survived. Now, on Sunday, state police identified the couple and confirmed the case as was being investigated as a double homicide. Monday, authorities released a suspect sketch. Tuesday, authorities released surveillance images from the park of the suspect. And Wednesday, 28-year-old James Mcgann of Springdale was arrested and charged with 2 counts of capital murder. He was taken into custody without incident. The Brinks family says Clinton and Kristen Brink died protecting their girls, and they want justice. Now, some additional info tonight, Chris. There was video from Lupita's salon and a Facebook video posted by Adriana. Let's take a look at that real quick. It was posted on her Facebook page. She was apparently in the process of cutting Mcgann's hair. She saved the pieces of hair from him, gave it to authorities.
This is footage from inside the salon.
They're picking it up right there. Now, outside.
Okay, let me stop you for a second. So this was the video from outside. This is what we believe was the car that was widely reported in the aftermath of this killing. Investigators said that a car was spotted leaving Devil's Den State Park, a black Mazda with tape over its license plate, and we believe this may be that suspect car, Danielle.
We believe that is the one, the 4-door Mazda,
like the back
black,
windows
as
on
you
the
can
side
see
there.
right out there. Now, we also do believe that he was about to start a school year at a school. We don't know which school yet. He is from Oklahoma, just moved here recently.
Mcgann. Okay, you spent yesterday up in the Devil's Den State Park area and into Fayetteville. This is a very popular spot for people in that part of our state, a beautiful state park. What was the feeling among people up there as long as they knew that a killer was still on the loose?
Well, Chris, I have
And I would like to say, with a black gloss car like that, that's probably why we were seeing the upper half light color. Looked like it was lighter, but the bottom half of the car was real black. And that's probably the sun or whatever, made it look like it was a lighter color. So the color of a vehicle can play tricks on the mind or eyes during the day or even at night, right? People see a dark car. It could be dark black. It could be brown. It could even be a dark burgundy. And in the pitch dark, it looks black.
That park myself several times, more than I can count. And it was packed with people when I used to go hiking there. It was packed on the weekends. It was when the weather was good. Yesterday, when we were there, empty. You could hear all the birds chirping. You could hear crickets. You could hear the water rushing. Silent. Radio silent. No one was on the trails. The trails are cut off to the public as of right now. I believe they're still going to be cut off for a limited time, but quiet. And when we went up to the campus, talked to some students that frequently hike there as well, they're scared. They're scared to go there. Their parents warning them, please don't go out there until it's safe.
Well, they'll feel a lot better tonight knowing that an arrest has been made. Again, 28-year-old James Andrew Mcgann under arrest in the Devil's Den killing. During that news conference tonight, investigators really declined to talk about the details of what may have happened in the park, what may have motivated this crime. We do know, though, Daniela, that it happened in front of the little girls that belonged to the Brinks, 9 and 7 years old, but they managed to escape unharmed.
They managed to escape. Now, what we know is that Kristen apparently saw her husband being attacked, took the girls to a car, had them safe there, went back to help her husband. Then she herself was also murdered.
And then it was the girls who went for help, and they came back and found those.
I want to replay that real quick.
Had them safe there, went back to help her husband. Then she herself. Kristen apparently saw her husband being attacked.
They managed to escape unharmed.
They managed to escape. Now, what we know is that Kristen apparently saw her husband being attacked, took the girls to a car, had them safe there, went back to help her husband. Then she herself was also murdered.
And then it was the girls who went for help, and they came back.
The story that we got early this morning, that they were all walking and the husband got attacked and she took off with the kids and took them to the visiting center, is probably where the car was parked, her car, because the first report said she ran with the kids to the visiting center and then told somebody that she was a nurse or her husband was getting attacked or whatever, and went back to the crime, to where the body was, which is freaky. And this is my point that I brought up in my other video, was she went that far of distance and dropped the kids off in the car and then went back, and the guy was still there. The guy was still there in the woods, and he ended up killing her. Now let's replay that, because that's what I'm hearing. Debbie, are you still here with me, or is that what you're hearing also? That the lady ran with her kids, dropped the kids off at the car, and then went back to help her husband, and she got killed then. Now, what kind of sicko would sit there and hang out and wait? That's my question to you folks. Let's play that one more time. Hopefully you can hear the volume good.
Apparently saw her husband being attacked, took the
unharmed.
They managed to escape. Now, what we know is that Kristen apparently saw her husband being attacked, took the girls to a car, had them safe there, went back to help her husband. Then she herself was also murdered.
And then it was the girls who went for help, and they came back and found those bodies. Again, we're...
All right, so there you go. That's the second report we're getting, where she left the crime scene with the kids to get the kids to safety. The kids were safe, and then she went back, and the sicko was still there waiting. And there was reports by witnesses that they said they heard screams. Now, was that the girls? The two young girls, 9 and 7, I think they were, that heard the screams, or did other people? Because we have witnesses that said they seen that guy, but what they said was it was a very busy day on the trails, and you couldn't go 5 minutes without running into somebody on the trail. That they passed this guy. Now, does that guy look like the guy that this guy looks like he's got a thick neck, right? Like he might be kind of beefy, have some weight on him. I thought she told the kids to run. Well, that's the one report that we've heard that the other news channels are talking about is she told the kids to run and stayed there. But now this video was just released 34 minutes ago, I think. And they're saying that she did run to the vehicle with the car or run to the vehicle with the kids, which that vehicle was probably parked by the visitor center there, that small parking lot right there. She put the kids in the car and then went back and probably went to go help her husband, knowing how sick this probably is and how these people are. He probably sat in the tree line like he was when he first attacked her husband. And she probably ran up on the body. Now, this is my speculation, my theory. He probably was still waiting in the tree line. And she went back. She went back. And once she came up, because she is a nurse, she was a nurse. And she says she went back to try and help her husband. And she probably came up on the body trying to help him and didn't see him. And then he came out of the tree line again and killed her. And then he probably split. Because there was reports of screaming. People could hear screaming. Now, whether it was the kids or other people. Yeah, that's creepy, Debbie. Okay, he kills us. He jumps out of the tree line. And the husband, her husband, looked like he was a stocky dude. Her husband looked like he could have taken care of himself, probably. He comes out of the tree line. He attacks the husband. The wife and the kids take off. She puts him in a car back at the visiting center, goes back. I'm sure she didn't run up on the guy as he was standing over the body, I imagine he was hiding again. And she seen the body and seen there was no one around and went to go help. And then he came out of the tree line again and attacked her. They don't know what the motive is yet, why he did this. And folks, I hope I hope that they do their jobs and make sure that this guy is not the one that the sketches in the other cases that we've been seeing on YouTube and on the FBI website. Hopefully they do their job. And if he's one of them sketches, then he might be wanted for other things. So who is watching the kids when she leaves them? I guess she put the kids in the car from what they're saying. Let's listen one more time, Debbie, so we get this straight, because I agree. What did she do? She ran and put the kids in their car and probably locked the doors and went back.
They managed to escape unharmed.
They managed to escape. Now, what we know is that Kristen apparently saw her husband being attacked, took the girls to a car, had them safe there, went back to help her husband. Mm-hmm. Then she herself was also murdered.
And then it was the girls who went for help, and they came back and found those bodies. Again, we're looking forward to hearing more details about exactly what led to this arrest. But the breaking news tonight, 28-year-old James Andrew Mcgann of Springdale is in custody and charged with the Brinks killing in Devil's Den State Park. We'll continue working this story and have the very latest for you as soon as it's available. Daniela, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. So she's seen her husband getting attacked. Now, I thought in the beginning of this case, they said they were all walking on a trail. And he jumped out and attacked the husband, and the wife split with the kids to get to safety. but she went back. So she did go back and get killed. Now, whether they were still fighting and she walked up onto him, I don't know, Debbie. You're right. I see what you commented in my chat. Didn't she have a phone? Why didn't she call 911? But here's the thing. Someone was telling the truth because people stumbled onto the body, the two bodies. So there must have been other people on the trail that heard something, the screaming, because the reports of the calls into the police was that there was two bodies on the trail. So someone must have came up on the bodies and called the authorities out there. Yep, that's what was said. She told the girls to run for help. Yeah, that's what the first reports we got. The first reports this morning was she ran, or no, the first reports was she left with the kids, but then people said no, she stayed there and told the kids to run, and the kids ran and went to the visiting center. But actually, she left with the kids and put the kids in the car and then went back, and he was still there. Right? Do you think she would have put herself in jeopardy knowing that her husband might be dead already? And she's got two children. Do you think she would have put her life in jeopardy to do that if the guy was still like visible to her, like standing over the body or something? Do you think she would have did that? Or do you think if she went back to help her husband and the guy was still there and she could see the guy, do you think she would have approached? Or do you think as the mother instinct would have took up, and said, I got to survive for my children? I would have stayed with my kids. No way one has to stay around for the kids. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to question here. That's what I'm trying to question is, I would imagine if she did go back, that he wasn't visible. He was probably in the tree line waiting again for somebody, if not her, for someone else to walk up on the body and attack. Why would he stay there is my question. This guy kills the husband. They're screaming. Okay, they're screaming. There was other people that said they heard screams, I believe. And the guy stays there. He stays there and waits, what, 5 minutes? 10 minutes? How far were they away from the visiting center? And then for her to go back and then she gets killed. Oh, very, very horrifying. But I think you're right, Debbie. If she would have known that the guy was still there, I don't think she would have approached. I think the mother instinct would have took over and she would have said, I gotta survive for my kids. So I think you might be right there, but I think probably he was off to the side waiting. But my question is, why? Why was it so important to get both of them? Is my question. That's my question. Something's up here because this guy stuck around for the wife to come back and then killed her and then left. Something fishy here. This is fishy because a murder occurs, a brutal stabbing. They're screaming. The kids are screaming. The wife is screaming. They're running down the trails. And then she comes back and he offs her. He waits. He sits and waits. Now, whether it was for her to come back or someone to find the body, and then he can attack again. This guy sits and waits and then kills again and leaves. That's demonic. It's demonic. I don't want to say anything else than it is pure demonic. Mentally demonic evil. Yeah, something like that says mission. There was something deeper to this. This guy sticks around. That might have been what he was waiting for, Debbie. The one body might have been just a lure. And he might have attacked anyone that walked up on that body. The body was the bait. Someone would have seen the body on the trail, blood. Oh my God, someone's hurt. Run up on them, and then they get attacked. This guy's a sicko. He might, Debbie. He might have known these two, or he might have been on a mission or being paid. I don't know. There's no reason for him to create such a commotion, kill one, and sit there. Well, how long does it take to get from where the bodies were to the car? If it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and he hangs out there, it's 10 minutes one way, or 5 minutes one way on foot, 5 minutes back, that's 10 minutes. And he's still sitting there after the kill, waiting for someone to come up. That sounds like a mission to me, or he had an agenda. Anybody in their right mind that ain't a real sicko and just a nut job. The first, after he killed the first person, he would have been out of there. He caused too much of a scene. He made too much noise. The kids, the wife screaming, made too much noise. It's too risky. Get out of here. He sits there and waits for the wife to come back. That's something, a mission or something. Something not right. A hitman. A hitman or a complete psycho that was using the body as bait, hoping someone else would come up on it and he can attack again. There was no need for him to be there. After he did the one killing, his cover was blown. People knew something bad was going on there. There was no need for him to stick around there. He didn't. He waited. He waited for the wife to come back, and he killed her. Something up. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. He was getting his hair cut at a salon, Debbie, and I guess the chick reported him or something, or the cops. The cops found out he was there or something, got him. I'm telling you, I'm feeling something ain't right. I hope, whenever something like this happens, you always hope your own children are okay or your own family. Yeah, he was in the same car. He was in the same car as they did the crimes. And I'm going to tell you the truth. It does look like the back window matches the vehicle that we seen this morning. The back end of that car does match the vehicle that they showed us this morning. Yeah, local salon gets his hair cut. That is psycho. Look at his eyeballs. His eyes were dilated. Let's take a look at his photo here real quick, because his eyes are dilated. So either he's plain crazy, yeah, his eyes are dilated. Let me show you the picture. Let's get in on this. Probably effing method or just psychotically nuts. When you have brain problems, I'm here to tell you folks the truth. When you have brain problems, your eyes will dilate like that. And also if you are on meth or cocaine or anything like that. But look at his eyes. He's in the light right now when they're taking this photo, and his eyes are dilated. They should be real small, but look at the size of the black in his eyes. So his eyes are dilated. So it's possible he's on something, or he's an effing nut job, and his screws are loose upstairs. And that also will cause dilation of pupil with many cases of head injuries or mental illness. He has Snepica eyes on the bottom. Yeah. Man. I'll be danged if he don't look like the sketch in Delphi. The upper half of it, the one with the scarf. The description of what they were looking for: reddish brown hair, curly at the top. Oh, look at the killer's eyes. You will see it. Yang, when the white doesn't touch the bottom. Yeah, I don't know, but his eyes are dilated right now in this photo. I don't know if this is a mugshot or a high school photo or what. But in this photo, his eyes are dilated, and it looks like it's pretty light there. Maybe he does have mental illness. You'd have to have a mental illness or a complete whacked out on some kind of a drug to do something like this in front of someone's family and two little girls. You'd have to be nuts. Eyes don't lie. He looks pissed. Yeah, he looks pissed off or something. Either that or completely out of it. Completely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And I was in some chats today, Debbie, and Ernie Shell was on panel, and people were saying stuff, and I was like, "Well, you guys stop it. Just stop spooking him. He's gonna take running on the highway again, and we're gonna have to call animal control." Because they were like, Ernie. So it wasn't Ernie. Although I'm not going to say that photo didn't look similar to Ernie. It does. I'm not going to say these women or gentlemen that were saying things. Didn't think it's similar. It did a little bit. Manson eyes are yin yang in the top of it. The light don't leave his eyelids. Yeah, he's probably on something. But at least a lot of these YouTubers on these drama channels were even looking into it, into the case. They were even talking about it today. They were even talking about it. I know Blaine Katie was talking about it. I do believe even Empire Hemps or Miss Tina, whoever that lady is, she was talking about a couple of the Miss Crime Lies or Crime Lines and Lies. She was talking about it today. So the case got some coverage. JLR was talking about it today. I did a couple videos on it. Yesterday, I did a couple videos on it. It was getting out there, although some of these girls went a little bit too far, but at least it was being known to the drama sector. You know, and that's good to get coverage. That's how you catch a guy like this. Would they have caught him if the lady didn't turn him in or report it? I don't know. Or were they already on him and they tracked the car to the salon and they made their move in the salon? I don't know. They did a good job getting them. I'll tell you that much, that quick. I wish this would have been the case scenario in the Delphi case. Debbie says, they talk so much crap about Tina. No, I don't know. I'm not getting into it. Some of them got talent. Some of these women got talent and probably could cover cases pretty good if they wanted to, but they get too far into it. They're all saying they're FBI and CIA. That they're all connected to the FBI and CIA. And I'm like, for one, if you were, you wouldn't be telling people that. I listened to some dude on Miss Tina's, the Queen of Hemp or something, like whatever her channel is, for an hour, talk how he's connected with CIA, FBI, and all this. And I'm like, well, you're full of crap, because you wouldn't be saying that if you truly were. For one, they would tell you, shut your mouth. Not get on YouTube and tell them you're FBI, CIA. Are these people that dumb? They believe this? If you're a true CIA agent, you're not going to be telling people that because you're undercover. That's your whole job. I think that's your whole job, is to be quiet. I have watched her for a very long time. I just started watching some of these channels only because they make themselves suspicious. I'm sorry, I'm just being honest. Some of these people make themselves seem kind of I don't want to pick on Ernie Shell. I feel bad for him, the situation he's in with his sickness. I wish that on no man or woman or even animal, no child or anything. It's horrible. But when you're on YouTube flashing police badges and CIA badges, and don't you think you're trying, you're bringing the heat down on yourself, Mr. Shell? Did you ever cross your mind? You're probably causing more trouble with people calling in. to the authorities and jamming up the line asking about you. When your whole thing is tiger ops, you're supposed to be quiet, not flashing badges all over the place and saying you work for every branch in the government as you're running down the highway like a rabid dog and animal control behind you with tasers. I don't think you're FBI or CIA. If you are, I think you might have blown your cover. I mean, it's hilarious. The guy is hilarious. And these people, the women, buy it up. He can crap in a bag tonight and mail it off to someone and make $5. Probably charge $20 and these women would buy it. Debbie, how dare you say that? Ernie and Trump are best friends. He just had lunch at his house at Mar-a-Lago. They're like twins. You can't separate them. You can't separate them. That's how close of friends they are. He's on the task force. He's on the golf course. He's everywhere. You can't. What can I could. There's nothing I could do. There's nothing I could do about it. These guys have gone so crazy. I'm crazy, and I got paperwork to prove it and have a disability. But I ain't that crazy. That's crazy. No, I don't believe that. They're crazier than two coons fighting over Cocoa Puffs. And these women love it. They eat it up. I'm telling you, tomorrow I'm going to become a psycho. First I need to get a PayPal or whatever, chitty chitty bang bangs, whatever that is. And I'm just going to act like a crazy man. These people eat it up. They eat it up. I'll be sitting on a beach somewhere by the time I'm done. It was me on the grassy knoll in 1963. You weren't even born, idiot. Shut up, I was. It was me in the building. Make some big money. Get a Snapchat, get me some of them Tootsie Pops and chitty chitty bang bangs. No, Debbie, if I do this, if I get a PayPal going or whatever I need to make money, you're going to disappear. You're going to disappear because you're going to be my made up victim. Everyone will be coming up. Where's Debbie? I have no idea. I had nothing to do with it. We never said there was anything to be done that had to be done, but said with you. I don't know. I didn't do anything. We didn't say anything was done. Why are you saying you didn't do anything? Because I didn't do anything. I haven't seen her anywhere. Don't look in my freezer. She's not there. You're going to make big money for me. You left me. You were my chat wife and you left. You ran out on me. I have no idea where she went. Make some big money. Debbie says, I feel like brain cells pop when I listen to that for too long. Well, it's too late. Most of these women were trying to help. I've been helping Debbie. She's been a victim of Ernie Shell and all these channel many years, and she's gone through extent YouTube rehab. I've been working with her. And I think she's finally done it. I think she's finally come to terms that everyone's been taken, and she's doing great. I think she's been here 5 years, and she's been doing really good. When I get her, Ernie Shell, I am like, would I rather clean a goat barn or listen to his live? You probably would you probably would enjoy cleaning that goat barn. But you're doing good, Debbie. Now, one woman at a time, we will have to detox and Ernie Shell, brainwash them, MK Ultra reversed. But one at a time, they'll make it. They have talent, and there is life after Ernie Shell. There is life after Ernie Shell. There is life after Ernie Shell, and you have to tell yourselves that, women. It'll be all right. There's going to be some we won't be able to say. We won't be able to say, but some of them I think we can. And there goes Valdez. No, I'm not Ernie Shell's biggest fan. He is funny, but he's funny in the wrong ways. And Valdez, I've been noticing you over there at Ernie Shell's. That's why I've been watching you from day one. From day one. From day one. I seen you over there. I seen you. He's been over. Debbie, don't let him fool you. He's been over there. Anywhere I go, these dudes follow just to bust my gonads. He's been over there. He's probably eaten dinner 7 times with Ernie. And they're probably best friends right now. They're probably best friends. Probably best friends. Probably best friends. But that's okay. I got both my eyes on you, Valdez. He was even over at Levine's, busting Levine's chops. I think Dave got off of YouTube because Valdez just would not let up. That's right, Debbie. That's right. You're Superman. You're chiseled from granite. Dave Levine, I think, left YouTube because of Valdez just would not let up. Constantly busting balls. 24/7 was following us everywhere like a stalker. I'm watching yous. I'm watching all of yous. I'm watching yous. Watch me. Now, I want to thank the authorities for doing their jobs. And I hope they continue to do their jobs the way they did on this case. I wish Delphi would have been this case. Wish it would have been solved that fast. I hope this guy's connected to other cases that are cold or not solved in that area. I hope something matches. Let's run them and see if he had any connections with Kohlberger and his Reddit account. Right? These might be the madmen that Kohlberger was interviewing. We don't know. I wish we had a computer that would tell us. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I must go, for I have hot tea to drink and more crime to watch. Next week, I might have Ernie Shell on this channel interviewing the Shell man himself. Some say, I wouldn't do it, Johnny. He's a killer. He's gone crazy. He's barking at the moon. I might go StreamYard. Have him up on the channel and interview. Where were you the day you were born? right, let's see what Valdez said. Is Anthony Greeno still around? Oh God, I haven't been really following too much. I'm sure he's still out there somewhere out there, lurking, waiting, watching. I'm sure they're all out there watching, waiting, lurking. Debbie's laughing her little butt off. Christopher, it has gotten to be comedy relief, but I can't watch all the time because I make me feel stupid. Yeah. That's why we're trying to fix you, little lady. You've been watching these people for so long. I broke her. When I first met this little lady, she was in bad shape, and I'm talking like Ricky Bobby. The part where the grandmother gets to take care of the grandkids, and they're gonna stay at her house, and they turn the water hose on and start spraying the next door neighbor, and the grandmother comes running out and says, "You boys ain't gonna do that no more." And they say, "Grandma, you better shut up, or I'm gonna spider monkey kick you." And the grandma smacks him in the face, and then the one kid says, "Dang, you gonna break us like a wild bucking horse." And she said, "That right, boys." And that's exactly what I'm going to have to be doing to you, Debbie, because that's what I had to do. But you're getting better. You're getting better. A little more medication and staying out of that chat. We might be able to save you here. It's close. Oh my God, Ernie attacked his cat? Jeez, this is horrible. This is just horrible. Christopher, did I only a few times, just a few, when I thought Ernie might change. You thought you could change Ernie? A lot of women think they can change Ernie. They think that's what it is about Ernie. He's a stallion. He's a wild madman, crazy. These women love it. They want to sleep with him, but they're afraid that they might not wake up the next morning. God bless his heart. He's got all the women going crazy. And that's the thing. These women think they can change him. He's like a bucking bronco. We can change him. There ain't no changing crazy. Crazy is crazy. I seen him eat a rocking chair once. And that's just the way it is with him. He's crazy. And some women love the crazy till the crazy's too much. And once the crazy is too much, it's too late. And you become a victim. Well, I gotta go now. It's late. I want to thank the Arkansas State Police and the FBI for bringing in James Andrew Mcgann so fast. And don't stop there, gentlemen, because there's millions of these idiots running around. But today, God won. Score one for the Lord. All glory goes to God. Now, I want you folks to have wait, what's going on in my chat? Grand theft, I think. I am not sure. So don't. See, here's what happened. Let me tell you what happened with the Ernie Shell situation. He thought it would be great to act and tell lies and create stories. And them stories that were lies, some of them became real. And that's what happens. That's what happens. So don't ever create lies that you're a murderer or you've done this or done that or this or that and think it's good publicity, because one day it might become real. And then the lies that become real. Now, I want all you folks to have a good night. God bless. Remember this face. Remember that face. Now, you folks have a great night. What time is it? I might be back with a fire tonight. Probably not. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. We might just let this roll a little longer here and call it a night. Yeah, well, what can you do? Valdez says, is Ernie Shell a e-bagger? What's an e-bagger? I have no idea what an e-bagger is. He can't become himself, Debbie. I know what you're saying. Be yourself. He can't. He can't. His image has become bigger than his brains. And once that happens, there's nothing you could do. There's nothing you could do. His brain has swelled up so much. There's only one explanation. I do believe he got tomato brain. Why is it so hard to? I don't know why. I have no idea. I don't know. If I had that answer, I'd be a millionaire. Right? If I had the answers, I'd be a millionaire. You know, what I'm upset about is when they come to me with funding and they want me to create telescopes and they want me to look inside these guys' brains and Mr. Kramer, what do you see? What do you hear? Yeah, I'm not going to spend $100,000 on a microphone or a telescope to see what's in this guy's brain. Come here, listen, put your head up right here. Yeah, it's marbles. It's marbles. I ain't going to spend $100,000 to look inside there when I'm here. That's marbles. I'm not going to spend that kind of money. I can't spend the people's money. Like, it ain't my money. It's the people's money. Right? Let me ask the people what they want to do. Yay, guys, you want to spend $100,000 to go ahead and create a telescope to look in Mr. Shell's brains? I don't know, Johnny. What we got? What do? You got a telescope anyway? Here, let's hear what he say. What's going on in there? All right, come here. Listen. That sounds like rocks. That's probably what he was smoking, but yes, you're correct. We're going to pass on that. The American citizens just don't have the $100,000 to spend to look inside Mr. Ernie Shell's head. I'm sorry. I wish I can help. We can put him through a regular x-ray, but I cannot spend the American people's money to create a telescope when all I'm seeing and hearing is I can't do it. I'm sorry. You might want to go to Trump's task force that Ernie belongs to and see if they want to pay me $100,000 to create a telescope to look inside of his brains. But I ain't going to spend the American people's money, not unless it's an emergency. And I don't see any emergency right now. What I see is maybe he needs a deworming and maybe a tetanus, or not a tetanus, a distemperment shot. And he might calm down. I know you're saying that's for dogs. Well, that's exactly what we're dealing with here. Because he likes to run on highways and chew on tires and bumpers on the car. So that's probably what it is, distemperment shot and maybe a deworming. But that's about it. That's all I can spend. There's nothing I can do about it. That's all I can do. No, I want to thank you folks for watching. We're going to go until an hour. We're going to do this for an hour. We're coming up here on 3 minutes. We're going to be 3 minutes away from an hour here, 4 minutes. Yeah, I don't know, Debbie. I can't spend the people's money like that. Hell, I don't even spend money on myself. How am I going to account for that? Right. I just went through an extensive examination of Upchurch, and I got the same results. Like, you sure there's something in there? I think so. I hear it. Yeah, it's in there. I hear it. It sure is. It's still in there. That's called the brain. It's in there. I see it. We want to go in. Let me see. I don't think so. I don't think we need to. I think everything is just right. It's just, that's right. I think everything will be good. I'm just joking. I'm joking. All right. Are you okay? You all right there, Debbie? She's laughing her little butt off. She's hilarious. Listen to her. She's just busting chops. You go to bed with itchy butt. You wake up with stanky finger. Oh my God, that little woman is hilarious. I don't know. I'm just busting her gonads. We wish them all well. In Jesus' name, all glory to God. Heal us all. If you can't heal us 100%, Lord, heal us where we can where we have a peaceful day. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, we are coming up on 1 hour. We are going to end this video. Now, folks, that is James Andrew Mcgann. The Double Dens killer. Arkansas. And possibly more. We don't know yet. Hopefully they let us know. Take a couple aspirin. Call me in the morning, Miss Debbie. Make sure you get a coffee in tonight. That might help you stay up for a little while. Now you be serious. You be safe. God bless all you people. And all glory to God and the police and the FBI for catching the guy. You folks have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.